Welcome back to the channel, guys. Just wanted to show you guys current project, current setup. Welcome to the video today. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and yeah, I'll see you in the video. Oh! Well, because we're in good old Sunnyside, Florida, unfortunately, giving you a shake cam, Jesus. Unfortunately, my phone overheated, so I had to wait until the sun started going down in order to actually take out my phone, and left it inside. So I just kind of wanted to go over exactly what I did. And yeah, I kind of have a feeling that I'm gonna get judged decently heavy in the comment section below, but I was just trying to actually get rid of the handles and make it so that it was like impossible for rain to leak inside of the car as of right now, minus through the window area, which I'm gonna be already taking care of. So I'm gonna show you that now. So with that being said, I just wanted to kind of show more or less where I was going with the project and kind of whatever, like everything that's going on. So I took out the rear quarter glass, took out the rear door glass, rear window motor, the speaker, because the speaker is actually going to be repositioned. So once the cab is actually sectioned off, as you can see right here, where the original speaker would have been in the bed of the truck. So the idea is I'm actually going to be scooching it forward to where the window regulator and motor were. And once I put that where those pieces were, it'll actually still retain inside of the cab itself. The idea though is to try and see if I can have everything else welded in there first. Because to be blunt, it's kind of me trying to figure out exactly what I'm going to be using for packing around it, and if I should weld in more pieces and or fiberglass, some material or something of that nature, in order to try and get those speakers in there and section them away from the door speakers in the rear. The cool thing regardless being, even though the doors will be like welded shut and everything else, the way that I plan on mounting these speakers is actually going to be from the other side, just to make them fairly accessible. As of right now, I'm going to be taking some measurements, making sure that everything is actually going to be going where it's supposed to be going, and then taking those measurements themselves and putting them onto metal like I was just doing earlier. I use fiberglass sheets, as well as I use the fiberglass Bondo filler. I'm shooting for more of like the strengthened material end of things to make it so that even though I'm cutting out a decent portion of structure, I am actually going to be maintaining the overall integrity of the vehicle itself, which is kind of the most important thing when you're actually doing something like this, is to try and add and keep as much of the structure as possible. This is going to be my trunk release for right now until I actually get the tailgate all figured out and get everything cut up. And this is what I am currently working on, and this is more or less like the beginning portions of how that other side started. And I know that other side, like I said, isn't perfect. My goal is to basically just get it as flat as humanly possible before I do a skim coat of regular Bondo, because I obviously have to weld the door shut, so there's probably going to be a decent little bit of warpage or something like that inside of this panel too, and with this panel, so I know I'm already going to have to do a lot of body work in general to make sure that everything gets all nice and cleaned up. So the one big thing though is obviously trying to make sure that we cover up as much of the physical metal as possible, because as you can tell, we got some bare metal showing through right now. And yes, I know this is not the prettiest right now, but after I get just a couple of coats of primer on there, I'm only going to do like one or two, just to make it so that it actually sticks properly and we don't have to worry about rust and things of that nature like I had to start worrying about on the metal that's over there. Mind you, when you're sanding and stuff like that, always make sure to shut your doors, because yeah, I forgot, and it's a mess. But I did do a couple of coats on the inside. I know that it's dripping over there, and that's okay for right now. Like I said, I'm just trying to get as much of this covered up as humanly possible for the time being, as fast as humanly possible, because we're supposed to be getting a pretty decent thunderstorm, and I don't want it to rust more. So trying to do as much rust prevention as humanly possible, to make it so that when I work on this vehicle, it's as least amount of problematic as humanly possible. As you can tell, sanding on this side, I actually ended up washing off this side a little bit so I could add the paint. Like I said, just a little bit, kind of just to get the majority of the dust off. You have to be really, really careful, especially with these window seals right now, because everything just kind of leaks directly into the actual cabin. But after I get that whole entire portion done, the cab will be ready to get started with like bracing, as well as like possibly the cage portions, all of the tubing that I'm going to be doing on the inside of the door panels to make it so that it's strengthened, as well as I get to start trying to figure out how I'm going to start fabricating the bed. So as of right now, yes, it's a little clunky. This is obviously very, very early stages of what I'm supposed to be trying to do with this whole entire car. Turning it into a pickup truck is not exactly the easiest overall thing to do. I have a little bit of overhang with some of these pieces of metal right here, and the reason that there's overhang right now is so when I cut the top, I actually have a guideline. I don't want to cut off too much because my goal is to actually try and see if I can fold over some of the portion of the roof onto the metal for the cab to try and add as much structural integrity as humanly possible. This thing popped right out. Why the hell not? Apparently I left that loose at some point. Oops. Said that there's a millimeter holding it on over here. Where?
That was it. You just went through it. Is she ready?
Not quite, but
Oh, it's all of
Yep.
off over here. It's stuck over there somewhere.
I see where. Oh shit. That started forcing the blade down.
Are you guys ready?
Man, dude. Ready? 3, 2,
Let's
1.
go. Oh my gosh.
Alright. Now that you look at it, you see my idea? Kind of hard not to now, right? I got a lot more cutting to do.
Holy cow.
Alright.
Holy.
That works.
That
Good vibe.
is a Jetta truck.
Alright, so yeah, no beard for right now. But yeah, a little bit of progress doing a tubed cage for the truck bed itself. I know I haven't been doing any updates on this, but this is where we're at. This is a paint job that we did. This is just like the primer and stuff like that as of right now. But I think it's looking pretty sick right now. So I got the whole entire front end disassembled because we haven't done anything with the front bumper yet. Still need to do some body work on that. I'm also going to be disassembling the headlights. Try and see if I can do anything custom. Still got to do some body work over here on this corner, and on the window right here. You can actually see it in the camera. It's a little wavy, and I definitely got to do a little bit of updating. Just resealed the rear windshield as well as added 20% tint. Headliner's starting to fall down, so don't mind that. We got to replace that and do all that stuff anyway. I also have to reroute the ducts for the top of the sunroof because they have like drains in them and stuff like that, so I gotta reroute them. I'm gonna reroute them into the bed somewhere, probably trying to hit like any of the holes in the bottom. Did a little bit of resealing. Obviously that's the tint that we were installing, but trying to clean up the inside of the bed as much as possible, because I'm trying to get ready to do some of the work on the bed to try and flatten out everything back here. Then I'm going to start redoing these panels. It's just been like insanely hot, like well over 100 degrees down here in Florida, so been working and working and working. But this is more or less what a finalized side should look like. I think that it looks absolutely phenomenal. So I'm super excited, very, very, very amped for what's to come. I mean, so far, I'm as excited as I can possibly be. Next things that we're going to be tackling are going to be things like the rear bumper in terms of physical body. I want to kind of cut the entire rear section here, and then I'm going to be adding my own rear diffuser. So I'm going to be custom making one, probably out of ABS plastic, and then I'm going to take the ABS plastic and I will kind of more or less mold some fiberglass around it to add some structure and rigidity. After doing that, wing, maybe, I don't know. My fiance thinks that adding a wing to this would be the right move, seeing as it would be extra wild, and this whole entire build so far has been nothing but wild. So let me know what you guys think, and we do have a release date for the car, which is why you'll probably see all of this in one go. So I'm just going to apologize for that in advance. Oh, actually, there it is. That's the emblem. So yeah, it's a reverse. But so I will take comments into consideration. Anything that you guys suggest, I'd be more than happy to try and throw it on here and see what we can do with it. I'm not really good, like I said, with recording. I'm trying to get a lot better with it, but a lot of the videos and clips that I've been recording haven't really been coming out great because I'm doing it off of a phone. So if anybody has a good camera recommendation, that would be phenomenal, so I can actually try and record this a little better and not have to worry about like the camera falling over or my phone deciding that it just wants to stop the video feed whenever it decides that it wants to. I also had to replace a radiator and fan shroud.